Hello! Yes, that's working now. Yay! We did it! Hi everybody! Happy Monday! We are here. We are live. How's it going? Sorry, getting messages in the middle of stream. But we have some big announcements today. For those of you who are here, happy Monday. Glad you're here. We're about to do some things. But first, we have a big announcement that the Patreon is officially live. If you want more content, if you want to help support Sladies, if you want to help the channel grow, then please consider supporting us on Patreon. It'll be linked everywhere, including our Discord and Twitter, so please. Time to yeet the phone. Just turn it off and yeet. That will never not be funny to people, apparently, which it's fine. It's cool. So yeah, hi. We have a Patreon. Go check it out. We have subscriptions up to from $1 all the way up to $10. We've got a lot of good content that we want to come out from that. So think about supporting us because you love us. Anyway, I think that's the only big announcement I have for you guys today. Besides, the usual that it's been a Monday. I'm very tired, so I don't know how long I'll be able to do. Oh, thank you. Yes, it has been. I am a mom, and I celebrated Mother's Day with my mom and other moms, and it was very good. And ate a lot of cake, which was great. Got flowers, and now if you are following my journey either through Twitter or the Discord, I've become a plant mom now too, because I got hydrangeas and I really wanted to repot them, and then I wanted more flowers, so here we are. Anyway, but yes. So today we continue with our playthrough of Cinderella Phenomenon, and also with our crochet project. This is the blanket that I'm making for my wonderful son, because I want him to have a really cool blanket, because everyone deserves a cool blanket, and he's into cool blankets right now. So at the start, oh yeah, so eventually I'll be able to do the command. I haven't put the command into Nightbot because today, like literally this minute, our Patreon went live. So I will add it to the Nightbot commands so that we can spam it in the chat, and it'll be great. But today we are immediately kicking off by going through Karma's bad route. Like, as I've done with all the other bad routes that I've done with Rod's bad route specifically. I didn't care about Rumpel. We don't care about Rumpel in this house. We're going to just speed through. We've already seen the story. We already know pretty much what's going to happen up until the very final scene, so chapter 10. If you pick all of the bad ending items. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to speed through, pick all the bad options, and then rewatch chapter 10 and cry. And just start off on that note. And we stamp. And then after we're done getting our feels from Karma, we are moving on to Fritz's route. The one that you can't get Fritz's route or Waltz's route unless you complete Rumpel, Karma, and Rod first if you get the game on Steam. I've already played this game like a million times, so everything's unlocked. I've unlocked everything. But, yes. Fritz and Waltz's routes are locked if you until you've completed the other 3. So, but let's get our feels in from Karma, and then we'll make our way to Fritz. So pairing off with somebody, and we're going to fast forward to the next choice, and we are going to play Karma. And we're going to fast forward to the next choice. I believe... oh yeah, he's talking about the curse. And doesn't that seem awful? Terrible, isn't it? And you're like, oh, it's not that terrible. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And so, it's just like... People loving you isn't such a bad thing, isn't it? Everyone loves Miss Karma. Meanwhile, I can't even get my father to look in my direction. I prefer people to love me. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. It's so sad. Anyway, continuing on. Because we definitely, I believe that one was the... Yeah, we got it. Yeah, alright, we got it. Right. Fast forward. Oh, and then, oh yeah, slap rumple. Oh, I don't even want to, like, be here for the rest of that. I felt, oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. This one is go outside. I've played this game enough, apparently, that I just know when, the option, like, what the correct ones and the wrong ones are now because I've played it too much. Oh, I don't actually remember this one. So we're gonna save it real quick. Yes. Okay. Just say something to her? I think. Oh, no. Oh, God. Nothing happened. Everything's fine. I think that's it. I could be wrong. Here we go. We'll see. Also, if you hear my mouse clicking, I don't have the auto one on because I don't want it to take the time. Okay, yeah. All right, we did it. Great. Wonderful. Oh, this one we pick the cupcake with the pearls. Yep, and go. Everything is wrong, and we're going to be sad. Attempt to leave. And this one is wait for an opening. And the lips, I believe, is the correct one for this one, but I think the cheeks, the eyes of the cheeks will be wrong. So you can just go. We can just go. This one, I believe, is try to fight them because you're outnumbered, and that's dumb. You should never fight when you're outnumbered. You're standing too close. Step away from him, I believe, is the correct one. Don't move is the wrong option. Everything hurts. It's nothing. Topple him. God. I believe this one is comfort him. Look for the gift first. Oh, no, yeah, we can just fast forward. Yep. I came to give you something. Oh, all of this hurts. It all hurts me. It hurts my heart. I don't like it. Oh yes, put your hand over his. I want you to smile. The game is like, what are you doing? You've done. I think this one is I'm sorry. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think this one is I want to keep practicing. That seems about right. I cannot promise that. Okay, this is the last one, and then we're gonna put it on auto and then go to chapter 10. And I will be reading from here. I think this is right. Why would I be afraid of you? I believe is the correct one. Let me double check. I'm going to save. Why would I be afraid of you? Okay. You've never done anything frightening before. You aren't a frightening person. The only time you ever frighten me is when you're like this, when you look like you're in pain, when you keep secrets. The secrets are my own selfish desires, but they're there for your safety too. You're talking in circles. Why won't you just tell me what's going on? Cloud's voice trails off at the sound of running. Okay, yeah, we did it. We got it right. His hand moved quickly to the hilt of his sword just as I reached for mine. We only relax when we see it's Jurian, Garland, and Delora heading towards us. Why are they alone? Where are the king and queen? They weren't in the prison. They gasp. I have no idea where else they could be. Delora steps from between the two of them, her expression somber. This doesn't bode well for us at all. We can't keep sneaking around without direction. There's a sure way to get caught. The words have just left her mouth when the alarm sounds behind us. Don't tell me. It's the alarm. Everyone draws their weapons as Walt appears, running towards us with a harried expression on his face. The knights are on their way. How did they know we were here? In seconds, I hear the clank of metal, and then there are knights upon us. We were forced to scatter to deal with the different opponents. Excuse me. They gasp. A guard rushes at me with his sword, and I somehow manage to block his attack. I remember this one takes a minute, so we're gonna skip a little bit here. Oop. Skip. Oop. Skip. Skip. There's a beast. Doesn't matter anymore. There's Varg. Oop. Okay. I have to get him out of here. I run to the throne, but someone stops me dead in my tracks. Save the king really shouldn't be your priority right now. I grab my teeth and swing my sword at Varg, but he easily darts away from me. I would be watching my back. It's then that I notice the beast slowly making its way towards me. Why would it be after me? Either I stay here and fend it off, or... Alcaster catches the beast with a broad swipe of his sword, and the two are forced once more on each other. I glance urgently at the king, then at the doors. The beast moves again, and I realize that it's once more heading towards me. There's no way I can help the king in all of this mess. I need help. I need to find the others. Hopefully Alcaster will keep the beast busy long enough for me to get them. I turn and bolt through the room, weaving my way through the chaos of knights as I head towards the door. I glance over my shoulder one last time at the king. His eyes are trained on the battle before him. His hands grip the arms of his throne, but there's nothing he can do. I'm so sorry. I'll be back. But for now, I have to find the others. I dart past the carnage in the room, stepping over and around bodies as they appear. Halfway to the door, the beast lunges past Sir Alcaster, and for a few moments, I think he might be attacking me. Stay back! I hold my sword out in front of me and stand in a defensive pose like Claude taught me, but the beast never reaches me. You've ruined everything, beast! Alcaster is suddenly in front of me, waving his sword at the beast. I stumble back towards the doors, my heart beating loudly in my chest. I have to get out of here. I messed up. Chapter 10, The Beauty and the Sinner. Dun dun dun, because, it's different. Oh, where did the beast come from? I gasp. Knights immediately rush towards me. I back away as far as I can without re-entering the throne room. Princess, come quietly and we'll keep you somewhere safe until this all dies down. I raise my sword and stand ready when the knights surround me. I order you to stay out of my way. Our apologies, Princess, but we are under orders from the king. Alacaster is not the true king. What did he offer you for your loyalty? Wealth? Status? Excuse me. That is none of your concern. One of the knights moves towards me and I react in an instant, swiping at him. You might want to put that down before you hurt yourself, Princess. Do not antagonize me. One knight rushes me and my blade connects with his shoulder. Another approaches me from behind. I hit him with the back of my sword. A third moves too fast for me and I feel his blade cut at my shoulder. They gasp. I hiss at the pain that sings from the wound. Sings from the wound. That's such a good line. I'm bleeding. The next time he swings, I successfully manage to evade him and then bump into another knight. I'm surrounded. Just come with us, Princess. We don't want to hurt you. No. I feel one of the knight's hands on my shoulders. I attempt to pull away from him, but stop when I hear him scream. They gasp. The beast stands behind me, eyes narrowed, its mouth gaping open. A scream escapes my throat. Oh no. No. The knights change their focus to attack the beast, but it easily swipes them away as it advances towards me. I'm so glad you enjoyed the late gasp. That's just a me choice. It's getting closer. I desperately back up. However, my back soon hits a wall, and with nowhere else to go, I stand in the defensive position that Claude has taught me. Oh, I'm ready to hurt. I hold out the sword and then use it to throw back the beast's shadowed claws as he reaches out for me. That stands. They gasp. It talks. Stay away from me. The beast moves towards me again, and I stumble in place, struggling to hold my ground. A knight throws his sword, the blade impaling itself into the beast's shoulder, and gives me an opening. The beast's wounded arm swings into my reach, and I lash out with my sword, managing to draw blood. God. Princess. Delora would never create a beast like this. This has to be Sir Mithros' doing. An attacking knight catches the beast's attention, and I do not wait. As the beast turns, I raise my sword and manage to slice it deep into the beast's chest. A piercing cry erupts from somewhere deep in his throat, and I stumble back without my sword, which is still stabbed through the creature's heart. Oh no, it's in the heart. Oh God. The beast collapses to the ground, and I stare as it raises a hand to its chest. That motion reminds me so much of... Right. It was all an illusion. A glimmer of light catches my eyes. I freeze as I stare down at the ground. It's the pendant! Right there, where the blood is already pooling around the sword in the beast's chest, is a rose-shaped locket. That locket I gave Claude. Why do you... The beast stares up at me with glassy eyes, its mouth barely moving. After a few moments, a low rumbling comes from the beast's throat, and I realize that it's a grisly, pained chuckle. Afraid of me. I told you. The beast stares at me, unblinking, but its eyes are already beginning to haze over. The way it speaks, and the locket that it has. I look at the locket again, at the blood seeping beneath the surface, and suddenly I realize. If I ever told you the reason, you would hate me, Lucette. Or more accurately, you would be afraid of me. No. I kneel down beside the beast. I was wrong. No. Claude. I clutch the locket to my chest as I kneel over the beast. Claude, no, please. I lean down to listen to his breathing, but there is nothing but silence. Everything around me goes dark. I killed him. There's a sound of footsteps behind me, but they are mute, unimportant. Claude, I'm so sorry. The end. It's so sad. It's so sad. So, as you can see, the sad end for Karma is you killing him. When it came to Rumple, he gets in front of you and protects you from a blade, but he has a moment where he's not paying attention. Rod just accepts his fate that he is going to die. He's known that for a while, that he's going to die. Karma, though, you kill him, and that's damn. Wow. Okay. Cool. I guess I don't need these emotions anymore. This is fine. This is cool. This is fine. So, after having our heart ripped out like that, we are now going to go ahead and jump right into Fritz's route. So, yeah, enjoy as we do this. And now that we're back in the beginning, remember, Lucette is a bitch. Every time I restart one of these, I keep forgetting how much she is mean and rude to people from the jump. And I'm like, oh, that's right. She's terrible at the beginning. She gets better eventually. Anyway, we're on to Fritz. We're on to our boy. I think for yes, everything is gonna get better after this. But now I'm like, do I want to do Fritz's route and start? No, I want to do it. I want to do it good through it, and then we can just see the bad and be like, oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. Everything is bad. 'Cause she gets better. But anyway, yes, here we go. I'm in town with Waltz because Parfait needs supplies for her potions, and we were the only ones available to get them for her. I don't know why, but I feel on edge. Don't worry, Princess. I won't let anything bad happen to you. Though, you wouldn't even have to be here if Lady Parfait hadn't placed so many orders. I don't understand why she has to get everything today. Surely she can just pick up the rest tomorrow. If she was more patient, I wouldn't have needed to go out at all today for such a bothersome chore. Lady Parfait's been receiving a lot of orders lately. She needs to keep up with the demands somehow. No, I'm not gonna hurt your heart. I'm not gonna do that to you, Jill. Let's make this quick. I also don't want to do it to me. Of course. My eyes wandered to the shops right in front of me. This should be the place. How can I help? Oh, it's you. This is the witch who came into the marchant some time ago with mud on her shoes. Ha! What can I do for you two? We need all of the items on this list, please. Walt holds out the list Parfait gave him. The witch surveys the list, then gives a thoughtful nod. I'll collect these for you right away. It'll only be a few moments. The witch disappears into her back room. I fold my arms as we wait, my thoughts drifting. We'll be finished before you know it, Princess. Well, look who it is. Hello again, little girl. And it seems like you're here again with your little friend. Ew. They gasp. These are the men that tried to rob me back when I was on the streets. Walt quickly steps in front of me as if to shield me from the men. Can he even protect me? She cleaned up all right, doesn't she? Almost didn't recognize her all neat. What do you want? Us? We don't want anything, but we heard there's someone who wants you. And they're willing to pay more money than we could ever have gotten from you. The man reaches out to grab me, but Walt slaps his hand away. The man's unwashed stench reaches my nose, and I try not to gag. Gross. Gross. Don't touch her. Oi, what's this? The witch reappears at the door, and the men back off slightly when she appears. Okay. None of your business. I think it is. These people are my customers. Stay out of this, hag. Ooh, okay. So, hag. I'm sadly startled when the witch leans forward and whispers to us. Listen. You both start running, okay? You run as fast as you can and don't stop for anyone. You need to get back to the marching. But don't worry about me. I'll distract them for as long as I can. But you need to run. Go. Hey! Look alive, boys. This one itches. Walt grabs my hand and pulls me with him as we run, not even turning back to look when we hear the shatter of glass. Yes, girl. Just like, get wrecked. You came into the wrong shop. She's a witch. Why would she help us? Because she's a good witch, Princess. I'm sure that she is only helping us because she wants us to keep us indebted to her. We continue running against a current of people. That's not what I want to do. I managed to keep up with Walt for a time, but it's not long before my hand slips out of his and I'm lost in the crowd. The minute I'm separated from Walt, I stop, panic beginning to well up inside of me. Walt! I frantically look around the crowd, trying to find him, but fail. I need to get back to the merchant. Slowly, it dawns on me that I am in a part of town that I do not recognize. Wrong storyline, Jill. I don't know my way around this area. I knew leaving the margin was a bad idea. When I see Parfait again, I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. I found her! They gasp. I immediately turn on my heel and run as fast as I can. I'm so panicked I cannot see what is in front of me. I do not notice the man in front of me until I crash into him. I prepare to fall, but the man has braced himself just before I crash into him. We both somehow manage to remain upright. Excuse me, Princess? This voice. I look up in shock. Fritz! It really is you, Princess. How does he remember who I am? There she is. I have no time to think about this now. Who? I grab his arm and pull him with me into a run. Why are we running? Somehow he's barely out of breath despite how long we've been running. It sends a sliver of irritation through me. I think those men want to sell me. What? I shake my head as I try to tug him forward again. However, Fritz does not budge. Oh, that's right. Okay. Princess. This is very irritating. We must keep going. I see her. Oh no. Princess? Wait, Fritz is a knight. Duh. I trust you can manage these two fools. With one hand behind my back. Yes! With a nod and a confident smile, he turns to face the oncoming men. He moves to stand in front of me, effectively shielding me with his body. Sword! Himbo! 2-on-1? I don't like your chances, boy. We've got no business with you. We just want the girl. Run on home. She'll be more trouble than she's worth. You'll have to get through me first. Ha! And how are you going to stop us? With this. With this, I have a sword. Fritz brandishes his sword and smiles at them. Fritz is second only to his father, Sir Alacaster, in his ability with the sword. His skill is obvious just in the way he holds his blade. Waving around a sword isn't going to scare us away this time. The girl is worth enough gold to sort out any scratches we might get. Any closer and I'll be more than scratching you. I'll do more than scratch you. Get him! The fight is over as quickly as it starts. I cannot keep up with Fritz's movements at first, but then I'm able to focus on him again. The two men are completely immobilized. One is sprawled on the ground with Fritz's foot firmly planted on his back. The other's collapsed against the wall of the alley with the tip of Fritz's sword pressed against his neck. You want to question them? Fritz is completely unscathed. I turn to look at the man against the wall, thinking he might be more capable of speech at this time. Who is going to pay you? Tiff. I'd answer her. They gasp. I watch as Fritz presses his sword against the man's neck, enough to draw a gasp out of him. It was a witch. A witch? Oh god. Waltz insisted the witch we met was good, but this is just further proof that witches will always be inherently wicked. It was a witch, I swear. We got a notice with your picture, then it burned to pieces right before our eyes once we read it. I dropped my yarn. Oh no. Will I be able to pick up my yarn? I did it. It's so hard to bend lower than even really waist height at this point in time in my life. Pity me. Ugh. Whew, actually. Sorry, everybody. Bending suddenly caused my body to be like, you have an upset stomach now. Everything's hard for you right now. And acid tablets. Chalky, yet delicious. Anyway. I need to get one of those grabbers, right? That would be great. Just a little T-Rex ham. Then it burned to pieces right before our eyes once we read it. Okay. What did the note say? Just to get you to the witch in one piece. That payment would come when that happened. How much was the payment? Answer me. 1,000 gold pieces. A whole 1,000. 1,000 gold pieces would be enough to feed a family for years. Princess? Not just anyone would have that kind of wealth. They would have to be nobility. Royalty, even. Are witches disguising themselves as member of the aristocracy now? Princess. Yes? What do you want to do with these two? I look at the men and feel something icy run through my veins. These men were going to abduct me. There's no telling what they would have done to me if they had caught me. Please! Don't beg. What would your son say if he heard you? He has a family. That does not matter. Even if I had mentioned my family, it would not have made a difference. Wait. What did you do to her? Do to who? The woman at the shop. What did you do to her? Nothing that can't be fixed. What? Did you hurt her? When neither of the men answer me, I frown. I do not know why that witch was trying to save me. But she did try. These men cannot get away with doing whatever they wish. Answer me. What did you do to her? Nothing that won't heal. You keep being vague like that. The anger that was nothing but a small flame burns full force in my chest. They do not deserve mercy. Of course they don't. Okay. First choice. Do we let them live or do we kill them? And Nikki would let them die, but that's also because I'm a terrible person. No, we have to be good for the Fritz root. Spare them. They deserve to be punished, but these men were nothing but puppets to some other master. Punishing them is a waste of time. It's an additional burden that I do not care to shoulder. Oh no, was it punished, Jill? Oh no! Princess, promise not to come after me ever again. Swear it. I swear on my life you'll never see me again. Swear it as well. Let them go. As you wish. No! Oh no! Dang it. Alright, punish them. They are not good men. Oop. They must be punished. How dare they think they can get away with it? Fritz? Yes? Make sure they pay for what they did. They gasp. It may not be good, but I would never harm another person. There are consequences to harming others. Fritz. Princess, I can't. They will survive. Fritz and I leave the men behind in the alleyway. I sigh in relief when the scenery around me becomes more familiar from here. I can probably find my way back to the March Inn. Fritz is so unusually quiet that I barely notice him as I become wrapped up in my thoughts. Oh. It's been so long since I've done this one, and I'm like, oh no, yeah, of course. We should be good in the Fritz route because he's a good boy. And Jill's over here like, no, sis. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bad. Oh my god. Alright, where am I at? We're coming along. It looks very like, you know, if the Little Mermaid had a, like, clothing line that was wool, like, this is pretty much what. I could probably go a little bit longer with that, and then I'll have to go take a break and find some more yarn. What was what, Jill? Paying attention to the diamond. Oh! It's right, we haven't had the diamond yet. I didn't turn it off. I guess we'll see, because I haven't seen it either. The last one I stopped it, because usually it's supposed to, like, happen when the scene changes, but maybe the scene hasn't changed yet. I was right, it was spare them! I was right! I was about to say. You can't do punish them, that's so bad. Fritz would be so disappointed in you. That's right. Okay, spare them. Yes. They deserve to be punished, but... Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that sent it back. It's okay. I forgive you. It's fine. Yeah, because I just, like, even I'm like, no. Besides, this is our sweet sword himbo boy. Of course he would want you to spare them. He doesn't want his princess to kill people. You're doing great, Jill. You're doing wonderful. I'm proud of you. I feel like it's just going to get harder because of the type of routes we're in right now. As you wish. Fritz and I leave the men behind in the alleyway. I sigh in relief when the scenery around me becomes more familiar. From here, I can probably find my way to the March Inn. Fritz is so unusually quiet that I barely notice him as I become wrapped up in my thoughts. What does a witch want with me? As far as I know, I've never done anything to a witch. Oh, I goofed again. Princess? Oh, no, I did it right. I'm startled when Fritz talks. You let those men go. I wasn't expecting you to. You showed them mercy when not everyone would have. Mercy? Is that what it was? I think Fritz just has more faith in my morality. I did not spare those men to save them. I spared them to avoid the consequences. It was difficult. The most meaningful shows of mercy often are, but... Why is he smiling at me like that? Fritz is just so happy. I noticed Fritz fidgeting. It's a sure sign that he has something else he wants to say. Look at this smiley, happy boy. He's so happy. What is it? Where have you been, Princess? One day you just suddenly disappeared. No one in the palace seems to remember you at all. Why am I the only person who can remember you? Why are you the only person, huh, Fritz? Could Fritz be... Are you cursed, Fritz? Fritz looks shocked. Are you talking about the fairy tale curse? Yes. No, of course not. What makes you think that I am? Oh, God. Hi, Abe. Yes, thank you. It's been 7 whole months since we could get subscriptions. And look at you, subscribing to us for 7 whole months. Jill. Thanks, Abe. Ooh, Abe, stick around. There's a small. Oliver, you're wearing your monster pajamas. Oh, ugh. Hey, buddy. Hey, cool guy. What you doing? Are you trying to see yourself?
Is this my eye?
You can kind of see your eye, but you can see yourself over here too. See? I'm trying not to spoil things for you, Jill. Oliver, can you say night-night to everybody? Oliver, say night-night.
Night-night. Do.
Me too, Abe. Me too. No, please keep shouting your theories into the void, Jill. You're doing great. Oliver, say, you're doing great, Jill.
And Oliver, you're doing great, Jill.
You're being cute. Alright, can you tell everyone night-night?
That's my eye.
You see your eye? Okay. Can you say, I love you, everyone?
I love you, everyone.
Blow kisses. Mwah. Oh, and can you say, sword himbo?
Sword himbo.
I love you. Mwah. Alright, go do some nighttime reading with Daddy. Close the door behind you. What a cute guy. I love him. Which is why I'm making him a blanket. A cool Oliver Big Brother blanket. He's pretty cute. I like him a lot. I think I'll keep him. That's such a weird and bad parent joke, and I always feel bad for saying it, but at the same time, it's like, sometimes you gotta make weird, morbid jokes about your kids, because they're your kids. Anybody else saying that? You can't, maybe. Look, hey Abe, guess what we have now that is officially live? Yes. We have a Patreon that's officially live now for Sladies. And I could probably make it a tier. It would probably be like you would probably actually have to pay money for it. But I can make that a tier list where it's once a month Nikki will choose one of our choose this tier, and once a month Nikki will pull from a hat and make you a blanket. Because I don't mind making blankets, because they're really fun and they're great, especially if they're kind of I know you will. Which is yeah, if you want me to make you a blanket, if you have a particular style, or because I will have nothing better to do while I'm on maternity leave, so I'll make blankets. Yeah, no, Abe, hey Abe, DM me. We'll get this blanket made. Right? I actually kind of want to talk to April and Meg about it and make that happen. So that might be a thing. Hey Jill, hey Nick, you guys are great. I just want you to know that we love you. And we love you too, Abe. I can make you a blanket so your toes don't go through it. There are crochet patterns where they're very, very thick. Not thick, but it's very tight. Yeah. It'll take a lot of yarn to make it big enough so you can get all cozy. thick and tight. Ooh. Yeah. And big enough to cuddle in. Big enough to cuddle in blankets are the best. They will definitely take me a while, but we could do this. Guys, stop. Stop being so great. I can't. My face hurts from smiling so much. Everything else already hurts. You can't make my face hurt. Anyway, let's get back to our sweet sword himbo boy over here, Mr. Fritz. But yes, I will talk, and we will... Probably not this month, but pretty much maybe starting in June when all of our other amazing things are starting up while I'm on maternity leave, we can make that into a tier while I'm gone. No, don't make my face hurt. Like, look, I want to think about this. I don't want to think about my face hurting. Anyway, if he's not cursed, how else could he know who I am? Oh my god. Are you a witch or a fairy? Fritz stares at me as if I've grown another head. We're not bringing Major Payne in here. I love that movie. I don't understand. Why are you asking me this, princess? I am definitely human. Could it be that he's somehow unaware of the conditions of his curse? We'll talk about that, Jill. We'll talk about that. I must speak with Delora and Parfait about this. Princess, what's going on? Princess! I need to go to the marchand as quickly as possible so I can speak to Parfait and Delora about what Fritz's curse might be. Okay. Wiltz is probably looking for me as well. Though I don't know if I have the talent to crochet and read at the same time. I'm impressed that you're able to. It's because I have it on a very slow reader for this one. And practice. And I do have to pause every now and again. We have watched The Velocipaster. It's great. Me and Abe have a very long list of shitty movies that we have watched. It's we've gone through a lot of the Amazon Prime collection of bad movies, and I also have some on my computer. Specifically, almost all of the Neil Breens. I have 5 Neil Breens. Have we actually watched Killer Sofa though, Abe? Have you gotten around to actually watching it, or did you watch it by yourself? Because we need to watch it. We need to watch that movie together and cringe about it. Oh, you have seen it before, so we just haven't watched it together. I see. Yeah, Velocipaster is peak, amazing, wonderful. But with the Redneck Werewolf, also on Amazon Prime, hilarious. So good and so bad. Like, Jesus Christ. Not Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, though we are going to apparently watch that. My god, it looks so bad. Anyway. But yes, Jill, you can just hang out and just like talk to me while you crochet, and I'll do the reading, and you can offer commentary and crocheting. So, yeah, don't worry. I'll do all the heavy lifting. We'll make it a special night when I'm bored to tears and need to stream and hang out with somebody. Oh, rubber is also very bad. Rubber is so bad. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of all the Neil Breens. Neil Breen, Fateful Findings. Nick, if I could send this movie to you, I would. It's a big file. It's a big file that I have on my computer. Maybe one day I'll be able to send it to you. No heavy lifting. There's always heavy lifting. Just not as heavy. I still lift laundry. I lift a lot of laundry baskets. It's okay, Jill. You're doing a great job. Anyway, back to our sword himbo. Then abruptly, Fritz puts himself in front of me, blocking my path. What are you doing? I could ask you the same thing. Where are you going? I'm returning to the marchand. The Marchen? It's a tavern for the cursed. I've been living there. Princess, are you saying that you've been cursed? Oh, I forgot that I haven't told him yet. Oh, Fritz. Princess, I need answers, please. I suppose you will not let me leave without an explanation. Not after you suddenly disappeared like that. Very well. Delora and Parfait will have to wait. Where is this place? This is a new scenery card. We've never seen this before. Where is this? Fritz is convinced the only place I'll be safe is his house, and I'm not in the mood to argue with him. Fritz, is this Fritz's house? Or is this his, family house where his dad stays? Because I don't really want to run into Sir Alacaster after playing very many routes. Fritz is convinced the only place I'll be safe is his house, and I'm not in the mood to argue with him. I look around the modest living room. I didn't realize that you had lodging outside of your room in the palace. I grew up here. I was older than usual when I started training to be a knight, so I spent a lot of time in this house. He walks over and hands me a mug of tea. The comforting scent of it and the realization that he has made it precisely as I prefer it makes something loosen inside of me. Oh, a sword himbo after my own heart. Fritz sits opposite of me, his eyes bright and focused. Start at the beginning. Please, Princess, I need to know in order to put my mind at ease. One night I was in the palace, and the next morning I was on the street dressed in rags. I tell him about no one remembering who I was and about my first encounter with the man that Fritz fought in the alleyway. I tell him how I was saved by those at the Marchen. Yet I say nothing about Delora or Parfait, and I deliberately leave the identities of the Marchen boarders anonymous. Meg, if he's not a sword himbo, then what is he? Because, we just saw him fight some people, protected her honor, immediately demanded to know, what was going on, but is also, just so darn sweet and nice. Cupcake himbo. Get out. I'm not sure why, exactly, but I feel suspicion tugging incessantly at me. How is it possible for someone to be unaware of their curse? Rumpel has amnesia, and even he knows he is cursed. Fritz says that he's human. I can trust him, right? I close my eyes and will the impending headache away. Maybe Mother was right. Maybe it's impossible to trust anyone, including my knight. No, don't listen to... And what is your curse? Princess? Can I still trust you, Fritz? Fritz does not even bother trying to mask his shock. There is sadness in his eyes. Oh, he's so sad. When have I ever betrayed you, Your Highness? Fritz has been loyal to me ever since he was assigned to me. But every person I've trusted has turned on me, apart from my mother. Even my beloved doll betrayed me. How can I be sure that Fritz will not do the same? I swore on my life that I would protect you, Princess. I would never lie to you or do anything that would put you in harm's way. Cinderella. I have to complete 3 good deeds to break it. Cinderella? Are you sure? That fairy tale is about... It's been reversed in my case. Oh, that makes sense. What will you do now? Return to the margin. I must break my curse. I can't allow that. Unless I stay at the margin with you. Oh my god. What? Why? I've been wondering where you were this whole time, Princess. Trying to find you. And now that I've found you, I must resume my duties. I need to protect you, and I want to make sure you are safe by staying with you. Oh my god. You are no longer my knight, Fritz. You work for Evangeline now, don't you? I am not her personal knight. I work in shifts with her other guards, so I'm not expected to stay the whole day. Besides that, I'm your knight, and I intended to fulfill that role until no longer needed of my service. Did I base Artemis off of this guy? Perhaps. Just a little bit. Just a smidge. Just the tiniest bit. Nick's like, what's happening? What did I miss? I failed to protect you from being cursed. Let me protect you this time, Princess. Fritz is very capable. No doubt he'll be able to protect me better than anyone else at the margin. And who knows how many people received the witch's note? The witch wouldn't even need to enter the margin herself, so long as she has others that are there to capture me. No matter where I am, I'm not safe, especially when I have no idea who I can trust. Stay here. Stay with me. They gasp. Oh my god. I'll be able to be with you. I can keep you safe. It won't be for long, just until I can get you back into the palace where you belong. Fritz. And how will you do that? Nobody apart from the curse, the witches, and the fairies remember that I am the crown princess. I still remember you. You must be cursed as well, Fritz. There's no other explanation. I would think I remember if I'd been cursed, Princess. I would be inclined to agree. Even Rumple, who'd forgotten everything else, remembered that he's been cursed. But then, what could Fritz's fairy tale be? Oh, it turned nighttime. I hadn't truly intended on staying with Fritz, but somehow the day passed by without me noticing. Before I know it, night has fallen. It's far too late to attempt to return to the margin on my own now. Even if, for some reason, Fritz allowed me to leave his house. You can stay in the guest room, Princess. My father returns here at night, after his duties for the day are over. I don't want to be in the same house as Sir Alacaster! I'd almost forgotten. Sir Alacaster Leverton, Fritz's father and the commander of the Order of Calderia. I thought he'd have his own room at the palace like you do. My father's never stayed the night at the palace as far as I know. He always comes back to sleep here, no matter how late he leaves the palace. Or how early he has to get up to return there. Oh god. Oh god. Good evening, Father. Alacaster looks at me, then Fritz. Who is this? The weight of his stare makes me feel like looking away, but I manage to stare back at him coolly. This is Lucette Rillian Burton, daughter of King Jerma Britain III and the crown princess of the King of Angelia. Fritz! Oh my god! I'm not in the mood for games, boy. It's the truth! I told you about her when she disappeared, that she had been forgotten. Nonsense. She'd been forgotten because of the fairy tale curse. Fritz, sweetie. Oof. Sir Alacaster's eyes are cold and calculating. I do not like the way he looks at me. He's looking at me. What is your fairy tale? I do not want to tell him. Sir Alacaster's gaze grows colder as his question is met by a long stretch of silence. I only relent when I see Fritz about to answer for me. Cinderella. I trust you'll break your curse, princess. Sir Alacaster says nothing more, and I am surprised when he simply walks away into a bedroom and away from us. Oh, Fritz, I want to shake you. I love you. The door closes behind him, and Fritz and I are left alone. It'll make things easier if he believes us. I saw the look in his eyes. I doubt he believes us. That would be too simple. Sleep does not come easily, even though this bed is significantly more comfortable than the bed at the margin. What could Fritz's curse be? I sit up in the bed when I hear footsteps outside. I stare at the clock. It's almost 2 a.m. You're late. My apologies. That's Sir Alacaster's voice. But I do not recognize the other one. Come, we have much to discuss. The sound of their footsteps slowly fade and silence descends once more. I suppose being the commander of the Order of Calderia means that he is always busy. But working at this time... Soon enough, my exhaustion coaxed me back to slumber. I closed my eyes and let my pleasure to sleep win over my curiosity. Girl, same. It's true. She definitely takes after you-know-who. I heard that rather than speak to people, she only ever speaks to her dolls. I can't believe that. She seems a little weird in the head. She is strange. I can't believe she's going to be queen one day. They gasp. Oh, good morning, Your Highness. Please excuse us. Despite my exhaustion, my sleep is brief with all the thoughts whirling through my mind. When I feel it's late enough that I finally step out of bed and make my way towards the living room. Sir Alacaster and Fritz are both there, but they fall silent at my entry. Sir Alacaster? Princess? Are you leaving for the palace? Yes. Will you be able to get the princess back into the palace? I will inform Mithros of the situation. Oh no! Sir Mithros? But father, Sir Mithros won't. Mithros will work as quickly as possible to resolve this. In the meantime, she will be safe here, won't she? I'm standing close enough to Fritz that I notice his body posture stiffen. I see the way he clenches his hands into fists and the way he squares his shoulders. Of course she is. I am her knight. Then there is no problem. You and Sir Alacaster do not seem very close. Fritz sighs. He looks somewhat flustered, though it doesn't seem to be out of embarrassment. Princess, should I not have said anything? We should press the issue! I noticed the way he spoke to you, and in the palace I never saw the two of you together. I didn't think you would notice. Aw, you noticed me. Why? You were my knight. I spend a lot of time with you, so of course I'm aware of how others treat you. They gasp. I also know what it's like to be distant from your own family. If you do not wish to speak of such matters, you do not need to. Thank you, Princess. Fritz clears his throat before he turns to me, his smile so bright it seems to light up his face. Oh god, I missed one. Would you like to get breakfast? I happen to know where the best baker in all of Angelia sells her croissants. The thought of croissants make my mouth water. I'm at the door in seconds. What are you standing around for? I'm hungry. We'll leave at once, then. The shortest route to the bakery from Fritz's house leads us past the palace gates. Princess, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to... Fritz's voice fades in the background when I notice the royal family eating their breakfast outside. Evangeline sits underneath the shade of a cherry blossom tree, reading aloud from some book in her hands. Rod is smiling as he pours tea for all of them, and Ophelia is looking on with clear love in her eyes for the family that surrounds her. The king laughs at something Evangeline is saying. He looks happier than I've ever seen him before. They truly are happier now that I do not exist with them. Oh, it's so sad. Father has never once looked at me the way he is looking at them. They can't miss what they don't remember. I'm sorry for bringing you here. I should have known it would have been difficult. How could you have known? You're my charge. It's my job to know. Exactly how much does he know about me? I realize we have been walking as Fritz talked. The palace gates are well behind us, and the royal family is thankfully out of earshot. Here we are. The variety of breads and pastries in the window of the bakery make my heart skip a beat. It's been a long time since I've had such a delicious-looking pastry. Pick anything you want, Princess. Anything? Whatever you want. I know how much you like your pastries. He knows how much she likes her pastries. Maybe I'll finally see you smile. Ugh! What? Go on in, Princess. I'll be right behind you. Ah, this is sweet sword himbo child. Fritz and I returned to his home to eat our pastries. They go back to his house to eat the pastries. They truly are the best croissants I've ever had. As we come to the end of breakfast, Fritz turns to me, a hesitant expression on his face. Princess. Yes? I hate to say this, but I'm expected at the palace today. I'm afraid I have to ask you to stay here on your own. But the people at the March-In... I was planning on returning today to explain why I haven't been back. But it's not safe for you outside. I understand, but there are people I must see. I will not stay here for much longer. Can I really not change your mind about staying here? I know that Fritz can certainly keep me safe. But I cannot shake the feeling that I am safer at the March-In. Even if it means having to stay with the witch that cursed me. When I do not answer, Fritz sighs and shakes his head. Very well. I will ask for a day off so I can personally escort you back to this March-In. Tomorrow. Sorry? Take me back tomorrow. Tomorrow, then. I spend the day looking around the house. This home is so impersonal. You never know two different people live here. Their rooms are so empty. Even I had my dolls in my room. As I walk around the living room, I notice a broom standing forgotten and alone in a corner. I suddenly remember the broom Delora enchanted for me. I do not miss that broom. But this one could definitely use a ribbon. Princess? Fritz, that was fast. That's what she said. I'm so sorry, everybody. I have something for you. I found this doll in my room at the palace. She's one of yours, isn't she? Delora being sneaky. The Delora doll is still in my room, but how? Wait, where did he find it? I found this doll in my room at the palace. She's one of yours. The Delora doll was still in my room. Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, Delora. Alright. Alright. Oh, we're gonna save. That's right. She is. I thought so. He's so happy. Isn't she one of your favorites? Yes, she was. Until she cursed me. How did she get into your room? No idea. Perhaps one of the maids left her there. But I thought you'd like it if I brought her back for you. Oh my god. After finishing dinner, Fritz excuses himself to run more errands, so I return to my room. Earlier, when Fritz had given her to me, I threw Delora on my bed. Delora. Now I turn my gaze at her, and all at once the doll comes alive with a sigh. Would you believe me if I said I was worried? I honestly thought you were going to act like you didn't recognize me. But it made me happy that you said I was your favorite, Lucette. You were my favorite. You wound me, princess. What are you doing here? Do you have any idea how worried Parfait was? When Walt came back alone and told us what happened, well, Parfait and Anise went into hysterics. The boys and Jurian looked like they were about to commit murder. When you didn't come back that night, I had a lot of trouble convincing everyone to stay at the March Inn when they wanted to look for you. Especially Waltz. You have no idea how guilty he felt after losing you like that. They were looking for me. Princess, why didn't you come back to the March Inn? I was going to, but Fritz is overprotective. I know it's not. Hush. Don't hush. I stop myself when I hear the footsteps just outside the door. This is entirely unnecessary. The walls have ears, Sir Alacaster. The two men walk away, leaving the hallway silent. It's just another one of Sir Alacaster's late-night errands. But my words die in my throat when I turn to Delora and see that she is eerily silent, her forehead furrowed. This presence. Delora? It's weak, but it's there. I can feel it. Delora, what are you talking about? Finally, Delora looks at me slowly, as if it's just now recognizing we are both in the same room. This is bad. We must return to the March Inn. Now. Chapter 4. Mask. Ooh. Ooh. I watch as Delora paces on the floor alongside of the bed. You're a witch. Can't you just teleport us out of here? Teleportation and portals are high-level magic, and only the bearers and a select few can cast. I look closely at her. So you cannot cast that spell. I would have cast it already if I could, Princess. I had thought with all the bluffing you do that you would be more capable. Any more sass and I'll turn you into a toad. You wouldn't dare. Or would I? I glare at her, but she does not look away. Arguing will not get us out of here. We need to get back to the March-In. Why can't we just ask Fritz to help us? It would be easier that way. I don't understand why he can't just come with us. I do not trust him. That means nothing coming from someone as untrustworthy as you. Well, I can say with certainty that I am the most trustworthy person you have right now, dear princess, and I can also promise that you are not safe here. Then I insist Frisk come with us. I know he has the curse, which means he should be welcome there. No. Until I can prove that he can be trusted, he is not welcome. He might be the same as Alacaster. The moment Delora mentions Sir Alacaster, she suddenly stops speaking. She shakes her head and turns away. What does Sir Alacaster have to do with any of this? Nothing you should concern yourself with. You are still the most You are still the most suspicious one here, witch. That's it. I've run out of patience. Oh my god. Excuse me. That's it. I've run out of patience. I'm done waiting around, Princess. We're going back to the March-In right now. And how do you suppose we will sneak off past Fritz? Delora smiles at me. The mischief in that smile is all too familiar. Oh no. I am a witch, Princess. I walk alongside Delora as we make our way back to the March-In. Delora is now in her human form, humming cheerfully. Now, what were you expecting? Not what you were expecting. No. Sometimes simple is better. Why use a spell when a potion will do the trick? That's why she had me distract Fritz at dinner. Was a sleeping potion in his cup? Ah, perceptive, yes, nothing can wake him from his slumber. But he will wake up. Please, I'm a good witch, remember? I do not kill the thing. I don't do the killing thing. Now pick up the pace, Princess. We have a meeting to get to. We make it back to the March-In without incident. Jurian and Garland are waiting for us inside. As soon as they see us, they dart towards the door. You made it! We were worried that we might need to break in to get you both out. Don't sound so surprised. I told you I could handle this. Then why did it take you so long to return here? Because someone was being stubborn and refused to leave without her knight. You weren't followed? Of course not. I'm very glad you're all right, Princess. Fritz is my personal knight. The time I spent with him was the safest I've ever felt since I've been cursed. It felt more normal. I know he's dependable and will do whatever I ask of him. It's his job to protect me, after all. I barely know these people. I would rather be with Fritz, but something about Sir Alacaster puts me on edge. As you can see, the princess is perfectly fine. She hasn't thawed at all. Jurian ignores Delora and fixes her gaze on me. We were very worried when you suddenly disappeared, Princess. I stare at her, confused. What was there to be worried about? I was with Fritz. I know that the circumstances may not be the best, but Fritz protects me. And I had plans to return to the merchant at some point. Just not right then. Why does anyone here care about what happens to me anyway? Where is Parfait? Well, she isn't here. She barely been back since you left. What? Ever since we got your message that you'd found the princess, Lady Parfait has been absent from the margin. She returns, but only ever briefly. Does she say where she's going? No. She won't answer even if someone asks. Just smiles that fairy smile of hers and says nothing at all. Drives me crazy when she does that. 'Cause she's your wife. What's going on? So the fairy we need to see isn't here. I thought I wanted to return here, but now that everyone knows I'm safe, it's fine to return to Fritz, isn't it? I feel uneasy being around so many people that are openly keeping secrets from me. Then there's no reason for me to be here. I can return to Fritz. No. You're in no position to order me around. I will go back and no one will stop me. I begin walking towards the door when I hear Delora sigh heavily behind me. All right, keep your dress on. I was not planning on removing it. It's a figure of... Oh, never mind. Look, just give me a few seconds, okay? I need to get some things and then we'll go back. We? Don't even think that I'll let you go back alone, Princess. I'm left alone with Jurian and Garland. Are you really staying at Alacaster's home? I'd almost forgotten that Jurian and Garland had served under Sir Alacaster's command when they were still in the Order of Calderia. Yes. The two former knights are uncharacteristically quiet, with their expressions dark. Is something wrong? Are you sure you're safe there, Princess? Of course. Fritz has been my personal knight for the last 3 years. I know he will protect me no matter what. Just be careful around Alacaster. Did something happen between you and Sir Alacaster? I'd say I'd still be a part of the Order of Calderia if it weren't for him. It was said that Jurian and Garland had been discharged for disobeying Sir Alacaster's orders, but... is that the whole truth? He's a two-faced traitor. If I ever saw him again... Jurian... What happened? It's nothing to worry about, Princess. Delora told me the same thing. What exactly are they hiding about Sir Alacaster? She should be worried about it, damn it. Of all the people in Angelia, she should know what he is planning. Someone coughs. We turn to see Delora standing there looking at us expectantly. What'd I miss? Jurian was telling me about why she left the Order of Calderia. Was she? I've never seen Delora glare at anyone the way she is glaring at Jurian. Eventually, the former knight turns away. Let's go, Garland. Stay safe, Princess. You too, Lady Delora. Didn't you want to return to the knight's house? Why are you stalling now? You know something about Sir Alacaster being the reason for the knight's discharge. Don't you? Yes. Well then, why are you insisting on keeping it a secret? You lived in the palace before and heard the rumors. You were content with them. Why are you suddenly taking so much interest in all of this now? Because you and the knights are clearly hiding something about him. Curiosity can kill a cat, little princess. Besides, none of this is important right now. You have other things to focus on, like breaking your curse. What have you done these past few days, Nothing. That's what. It's like you want to remain Little Miss Peasant forever. They gasp. The only reason I'm in this position is because of you, and you have done nothing to help me. Excuse me? All I've ever gotten from you are insults, snide remarks. I've been trying my best, but you, of all people, should know how difficult it is for me. I stopped talking at once. The anger and frustration inside of me makes it difficult to form words. Delora has been with me for almost a year now. She should know how difficult it is for me to be good. But she never understood. She still cursed me. It's as if she's mocking me. I turn away from Delora and head towards the door. Princess, wait. I have better things to do than get insulted by a witch. I've done nothing but think about how to break the curse she put on me. How dare she? Princess! They gasp. Oh, we're in front of Waltz, and I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, God. Actually, this seems like a really good place to take a quick little break. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to save our progress here, and we're going to take a quick little 15-minute break, give or take. And so you guys should go get some snacks, go get some water, go get some tea, what have you. Check up on your crochet projects. Right, the drama. There's so much stuff, Jill. Oh my God. I have to go get more yarn because I'm getting to the end of this first skein that we have for this one. And I need to go get whatever the next color is going to be for the next couple of rows. So I'm going to go do that and use the facilities and stretch, because stretching is very important. And you guys should go do the things that you need to do as well. Don't tell me what to do. I'll run an ad. I'll run the ad. Okay. I love you guys, and I'll see you in 15. And we're back. Hello, welcome back everybody. I hope you're able to go get some snacks or some water or whatever you're drinking tonight. I'm drinking water because talking is a lot on my voice, but it's fine. It's cool. It's fine. Yeah, I went and got some more yarn, so you're gonna see slowly what the new yarn is. It's the same type of yarn. I just have leftovers from other projects that I've done before, so you're going to slowly see more colors getting added to it that aren't just the pretty blue and green peacock colors. So like it's gonna turn into like a rainbow in the middle, and then it's gonna get a little more muted, like kind of autumn-y colors, and then it's gonna end in that blue-green peacock again. So we'll see how this blanket turns out. And if it's not great, it's fine, because I'll have made a blanket and I'll give it to Oliver, and if he wants to use it, cool. If not, I'll just make him another one. I got time. Anyway, so, oh god, don't lose where I was. Oh, by the way, if you missed it, our Patreon is live. So, let's see if I can spell it right. Yeah, Patreon. Go subscribe. Go throw us $1 or $5 or $10. We don't have a whole lot, but we're happy to start making and providing more monthly kind of behind the scenes content here at Slady's. So yeah. Anyway, we were doing Fritz's route, and some drama has come up, and it's great and it's sweet and we love it. So let's get back to it. Waltz has tried to stop us from running away from the Marchen, and we should stop and listen to him, is what I think. Anyway, I could be wrong. Could be very wrong. Princess, are you alright? It's been so long. You're not hurt, are you? He takes my arm gently. Come on, it's not safe for you to be outside. Let's head back inside. I dig my heels into the ground and shrug off his hand. I refuse to go back. Why? There was no point in my return. Things would have been easier if Delora had never found me in the first place. Princess. You found her! Karma is suddenly standing before me, smiling with relief. We were worried about you, darling. It's good to see that our princess has returned. We have so much to catch up on. You should come inside. I'm not going back there. Why not? There's no point. I've been perfectly safe in a different place. I think Delora has something to do with this situation. What did she say to you, Princess? Nothing she didn't need to hear. Insufferable witch. Sounds like a catfight to me. Karma, you might want to keep your nose out of other people's business. I'm not staying here any longer. You cannot stop me from leaving. I turned on my heel and began to walk off. Princess. Let her go. What? But outside she'll be... She needs some space to think. Don't go too far though, Princess. Are you daft? I am said I'm not coming back. You will if you value your life, Princess. I cannot quell the irritation stirring up in the pit of my stomach. I turn on my heel and walk off. I definitely picked the wrong one. So we gotta go back. And we're just gonna keep walking. I don't have time for this. I ignore Walt to continue walking. Walt reaches out and takes my hold of my arm, forcing me to stop. What are you doing? I'm leaving. Leaving? Do you know how worried everyone's been? How worried I was? As you can see, I am fine, and I'll be better when I'm away from the Marchen, so I'm leaving. 3 days. What? I haven't seen you in 3 days, and you're just going to brush me off? I've been spending all of my free time looking for you after we got separated that day. Did you know how bad I felt when I lost you? If something had happened to you, I would never have forgiven myself. Dolores sent you her message. Yes, but even when we all knew that she was with you, that didn't mean you were safe. I yanked my arm out of his grasp. I would have been perfectly safe even if Delora wasn't with me. In fact, I would still have my old life if she had never cursed me. Princess. You found her! Karma's suddenly standing before me, smiling with relief. Oh, we already got all this already. We were worried about you, darling. It's good to see that our princess has returned. We have so much to catch up on. You should come inside. Ah, she said she's leaving. What? But why? She says she's fine without us and can't understand why we've been worried. I think Delora has something to do with this situation. What did she say to you, Princess? Nothing she didn't need to hear. Insufferable witch. Yeah, Jill, it definitely feels like the Fritz versus Waltz sort of scenarios. But I mean, we still haven't done waltzes yet, too. So we'll see. You can't stop me from leaving. I turn on my heels and begin to walk off. Princess! Let her go. What? But outside she'll be... She needs some space to think. Don't go too far though, Princess. Are you daft? I said I'm not coming back. You will if you value your life, Princess. I cannot quell the irritation stirring in the pit of my stomach. I turn on my heel and walk off. It's so peaceful here at night. That's not peaceful music. The sound of approaching footsteps makes me stop. Standing out here alone in the darkened plaza does not bode well. I quickly slide into an alleyway and stand with my back to the wall, hoping the shadows will keep me from sight. Why are you following me? That voice from the other night. You noticed? Sir Alcaster. Don't think I'm a useless idiot like the boy. Of course I noticed. I would take care in remembering that me and the boy are nothing alike. Don't think you can fool me, Varg. Varg? I have to know. I move silently, sticking my head out at an angle so I can see the man standing before Alcaster. The plaza is empty except for two people. Sir Alcaster is looking at a man that wears an elaborate mask. I notice he also carries an odd-looking cane. That must be Varg. But who is he, and how does Sir Alcaster know him? What would I want with a fool for you? What would I want to fool you for? That's right. Oh, I love doing Varg's voice. I'm gonna have so much fun doing this creepy man voice. Okay. Creepy hot guy. Explain why you're out here when you haven't been ordered to come to the plaza. Tell me. You want the princess kept safe, didn't you? Do not be flippant. You know we serve Mithros in this. What? What does Sir Mithros want? Is the princess not in the house? Would I be out here if she was? They gasp. Do not be smart with me. Oh, he got smacked. Sir Alacaster just punched him like it was nothing. How is he still standing? That blow should have knocked him to the ground. Answer me clearly. Has she left the house? Sir Alacaster's voice is eerily calm and level, despite the fact that his body is still tense. Yes. You will find her before dawn. I will not repeat myself. Answer me. Yes, I will find her. Good. I watch as Sir Alacaster walks away, leaving Varg to stand alone in the dark plaza. I can barely breathe as I stand watching him, waiting for some kind of movement. It looks like Sir Alacaster has ordered him to keep me safe. I do not know of this agreement and will not trust him. Whoop! Gasp. The sound of shattered glass echoes across the plaza, where I immediately rushes off to investigate, moving away from my hiding spot. I feel myself instinctively follow after him, despite my mind's logical protests. Like, girl, why? Hush. They gasp. Delora places her hand over my mouth to muffle my voice. We both watch Varg until he disappears, and there's nothing but silence for company. Then, and only then, does Delora move her hand away from my mouth. That man, did you catch his name? What? His name. Sir Alacaster called him Varg. Varg. Who is he? Judging by the mask and cane, he probably works for the witches. At least, that's what Parfait and I think. Looks like he's working for Sir Alacaster, too. We look up and notice Carmen Waltz running towards us. Here comes the cavalry. Late as expected? Waltz looks winded, but that does not stop him from glaring at me. Don't ever do that again. And what is happening here, You two look awfully suspicious hiding out in an alleyway. None of your business. I'm surprised when Delora takes my arm and pulls me away from Waltz and Karma. Where are you going? Mysteries are afoot, kid, and we're not going to solve any of them by waiting around in the Marchen for Parfait to return from her business. Where are you taking the princess and why? That's a good question. Delora, we all decided that the Marchen is the safest place that the princess can be. Technically, the princess is safest wherever either Parfait or I can keep an eye on her, and now we have an excuse for the princess to be somewhere else. She speaks as if I'm a child to be babysat. I've got some questions that need answering, and I'm going to need the princess to get them solved. Besides, she's directly involved in some mess, and she wants answers too. Something seems off about this whole thing. Sorry to say, but your opinion on this matter are irrelevant. Let's go, Lucette. Delora? The solemn expression on Waltz's face is foreign to me. There's darkness in his eyes. A warning. I trust you. As you should. Delora nods, then turns back to me. We'll be in touch. Let me know when Parfait gets back. Our trip back to the Leverton home is silent. Delora has reverted to her doll form. I hold her close to my chest. Both of us are quiet, and I am lost in my own thoughts. I wonder what questions Delora has that I could possibly help her with. Delora. Princess. We speak at the same time. Aww, they're gonna have a heart-to-heart. Alright, you first. Or not. I'll go first then. I want to apologize. They gasp. Don't look so surprised. I can admit when I'm wrong. That's a lesson you need to learn too, but that's for another day. I know you've been working to break the curse, and I know you've been putting a lot of effort into it. And I know why it would be difficult for you to accomplish 3 good deeds. I want you to know that I do want you to succeed, Princess. Most of the time it doesn't feel that way. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have cursed you if I didn't think you were capable of overcoming it, Lucette. I truly believe you will break your curse. We turn into the path that leads to the Leverton home. I pause to squint at the oddly shaped shadow by the doorway. I quickly slip off the road and behind the nearest obstacle. It's dark, but is that? Delora has not seen what I have. She keeps talking. More to the point, you must break your curse. It's vital that you do so as soon as possible. Ooh, Delora, shut up. Delora, shh. There's a very good reason why I gasp. I slap my hand over her mouth to muffle her. I have only just managed to hide her when the shadows move. Or when the shadow moves, excuse me. The moonlight glints off his mask for just an instant, but it's enough. It's Varg. It's Varg. He starts to turn in my direction. I think in this one we want to move back. My first response is to back up the way I'd come. Varg takes a single step forward. I freeze in place, holding Laura tightly. The speed he moves at is unbelievable. One moment he's at the front door, the next he's only a few meters away. What do we have here? But just as he starts to come closer, my luck changes. Suddenly, the clouds move, and an almost unnaturally black shadow falls over me. Please, please, please. There's nothing here. Nothing. Go away. He stands there, unmoving, for what feels like a lifetime. But eventually he turns away. I watch as he walks back to Leverton home, slipping around the side and disappearing from sight. I run back to the plaza, but Walt and Karma are nowhere there. What do we do now? What do I do now? Not even a thank you? Delora pops her head out of my pocket, shaking out her hair. I just moved some clouds and played with some shadows to keep us hidden from a crazy masked man, but, you know, I do that all the time. That was you? Well, it wasn't the wind. I had no idea she had such power. Well, hello there. They gasp. I whirl around and once again keep my hands over Delora to hide her from sight. Varg. Why, if it isn't the Crown Princess herself. I thought I saw you back there. I thought it was a trick of the light at first. Why would a good little princess be out at this time of night? Good thing I trusted my instincts enough to come back. Where are my manners? I haven't introduced myself. He sweeps into a deep, elegant bow. I'm Varg, Sir Alacaster's humble servant. He told me about your issues. He asked me to keep an eye on you, make sure you're safe. I already have a personal knight. Oh, could have fooled me. Haven't seen him around, have you? Fritz. Looks like he's slacking off to me. Fritz is not slacking off. He's just under the influence of an extremely potent sleep potion and is unable to wake up. Also, I could sneak out. This is all my fault. A crown princess shouldn't have to make excuses for her knight, don't you think? Sounds like he's pretty incapable. Varg approaches, then holds out his arm. I'll escort you back. I stare at his arm, but do not take it. Varg tilts his head to the side. I cannot read his expression through his mask. Don't you trust me, princess? No. What were you expecting? Wasn't expecting you to be honest. I thought princesses were meant to be shy and sweet all the time. You know, like Evangeline. I am not Evangeline. So I'm learning. Varg reaches out and grabs my hand. He places it in the crook of his arm with a smug smile. Let's go. I can do nothing but follow as he forces me along. Oops, wait. I do not appreciate being dragged. Sorry. I got so wrapped up in all of this, I forgot that, I got this wrong. Stay still. I freeze in place. There's no one here. Look away. Look away. Okay. Or maybe I did pick the right one. Oh my god, I don't know. Oh. But then you're not all that good. So what changed? I once again to keep my hand over to Laura to hide her. If it isn't the crown princess herself. Surely good princes wouldn't be out on their own at this time of night, but you're not all that good, are you? Good girls do what they're told and stay in one place, but you're not one for letting people keep you rooted in place, are you? Do you have any idea how long I've been looking for you? Where are my manners? I haven't introduced myself. We already heard all of this. Don't talk about my sword himbo this way. You're not like Evangeline. Don't compare me to other women. Let's go. Okay. I can do nothing but follow as he forces me along. Oof. Oh god. I do not appreciate being dragged. I hit a button with my yarn. I don't like waiting around for something that's not going to happen. This is for your own safety, princess. He flashes an almost predatory smile at me, his teeth startling bright in the darkness. Startling? He says he's meant to keep me safe, but I feel like he's going to devour me. You don't say. Oh no, what a tragedy. I'm still shaking when I return to my room in the Leverton home. I've already heard Varg leave the house, but I'm not convinced the lock on the front door will keep him out. Well, that was exciting. Are you all right? I cannot show weakness. I cannot, not now, not ever. I'm fine. I never knew there was a back door to this place. Pretty convenient for sneaking past your guard dog, isn't it? Wonder how Varg knew that door existed. Hey, chin up. You did well back there. I froze. I did nothing. I was useless. There's nothing you could have done. He already seems to be an accomplished tracker. But nothing. If anything, this was my fault for not being able to protect you. I do not know why I'm so afraid of Arg. He works for Sir Alacaster. He wouldn't hurt me. She has that look again. Is it because of her suspicion of Sir Alacaster, or because she suspects that Varg is serving the witches? Alacaster mentioned Sir Mithras before, but I have no idea how he plays into any of this. No point worrying about it now. We're not going to get answers just by staring at the wall. Might as well get some sleep. What aren't you telling me, Delora? An awful lot, Lucette. And I'm not going to tell you anything until tomorrow morning, so go to bed. I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight unless... Delora? Yes? Is it strange because I had thought that I had outgrown these tendencies, but I used to do it all the time? Can I hold you until I fall asleep? I think I see a glimmer of a smile on Delora's face. Of course. I grab Delora and hold her to my chest. Her weight and shape are familiar and comforting. Aww. When I was in the palace, hugging my dolls made me feel like I wasn't alone. Sweet dreams, Lucette. Oh, poor Lucette. My queen. That voice is familiar. Fate and the traitors approach. The Tenrumum grows weak. Mother? You will prevail. You are far stronger, far more beautiful. Enough. My beauty is irrelevant. The tide of the war is turning. We must consider our options. Our options. But your majesty, if I must wait for my revenge, then I will. What will you do? As my queen commands. My faithful student, you will be rewarded for your loyalty. And the traitor will be damned for his betrayal. Believe in me. Believe in us. We will be victorious. The humans and the traitor will pay. Lay gasp. I sit up in my bed, my heart pounding. I can't remember. The details of the dream are already fading from my mind, but the dread still hangs in my chest like a dark, heavy cloud. It must have been a nightmare. Princess? I turn and see Fritz standing in the doorway, his eyes filled with concern. I didn't mean to... I heard you and I... Are you okay? Fritz, maybe it's the stress of what happened with Varg. Maybe it's the nightmare I just woke up from, or maybe it's the relief of seeing a familiar face. But suddenly there are tears in my eyes. Princess! Fritz. Oh, we get a hug. We have a hug card. Then suddenly Fritz's arms are around me and I am pressed close to his warm chest. I can hear his heartbeat. Do you want to talk about it? I mean, I just really want you to hold me like this just a little bit longer. Oh, what's the song? If I something body now, would you hold it against me? I can't remember that, like, the whole song, but I just remember it being that super cringe, like, if I, like, something about your body and I'll hold it against me or something like that. Anyway. Early 2000s. Anyway. Do you want to talk about it? Of course. Tell your sword himbo all your problems. I can't remember it clearly, but I believe it was a nightmare. I can remember Mother's voice, the cruel, wicked contempt of her voice. It was terrible. A sudden coldness slides over my body, making me shiver despite Fritz's best efforts. Still, he does not slip away, and his closeness once again comforts me after some time. Talk to your sword himbos. He's so warm. You know, Princess, I'm glad I could comfort you this time, even if I was never able to before. Oh my God! How did you know I had nightmares? It was on my night patrols. Sometimes I would pass by your door and heard you. You never said anything? Fritz runs a hand through my hair, his touch gentle and comforting. Oh my God. It was never my business, personal night or not. Jill, no, it's so good right now. I figured if you needed to tell anyone, I'd be there for you. I only know this time is passing because of the shifting shadows in my room. And too soon the room brightens with dawn of a new day. I feel safe. You feel safe in the sword himbo's arms? Delora. Oh my God. I have forgotten Delora was with me, and now she squirms steadily in my grasp, a small flutter of motion that does not even catch Fritz's eye. When Fritz moves away, I quickly hide Delora behind me. Why are you smiling at me like that? It's just nice to know that some things don't change. What? Oh, Princess, you didn't have any of the tea I served yesterday, did you? The tea? That we slipped the potion into. Now that he brought it up, I have no idea what to say. I manage a weak shrug of my shoulders and shake my head, telling him that I did not. You should really try it sometime. I haven't slept so well in a long time. I feel remarkably refreshed. Oh, sweet, naive sword himbo. I feel Delora shake behind me. I can tell she's trying not to laugh. I pinch her arm. Sure. He lets go of me and stands up. Speaking of tea, it's actually time for breakfast. But we'll pass on the tea today. Did I ever tell you about the best bakery in Angelia? No, I think you told me about the best baker? Oh, but Princess, there are two different things. There are all kinds of shops in the town plaza. Two different things. The baker makes the best croissants, but the bakery, well, I'll show you. But first, I'll let you get changed. Hey, Princess. Fritz might be fine, but his father is clearly not. Be careful today. Are you not coming with us? I'm going to stay here and see what I can dig up when no one else is looking. Lucette. I never heard her say my name so seriously before. I mean it. Be careful and stay safe. If Varg shows up when we're not here. You too, Delora. Be careful. Much to my surprise, she sinks into a polite curtsy. As the princess commands. Chapter 5. I feel like we've been going for so long. It doesn't feel like chapter 5. A week has passed and my days have been uneventful. I spend most of my time with Fritz, who shows me around Angelia every day that he is able. Most of the time, I actively try to keep him out of Leverton home so that Delora can continue her investigation. I'm so sorry, Jill. Apparently, this is the only way she will help me. She will let me help. At least she promised she'll tell me everything tonight. Well, this is a little hard to explain, but Alacaster is hiding something. Delora, I already know that. You didn't let me finish. When I say something, I mean everything. There are no clues here. Wait, before you throw the pillow at me, I really do have to tell you something. I know how Varg knew we'd left to get back to the Marchen. Somebody put wards on this house. That somebody is alerted whenever someone crosses the threshold in and out of this place. Is that person a witch? She could be a fairy, but considering the circumstances, I put my money on a witch. Do you think Varg put up these wards? He's working for the witches, but I don't think he has the ability to put up these wards. The wards are nothing like I've ever seen. They're like fine silk strands all around the house. Like a cobweb. Right. But you know what else I found? The web's not as strong around the back door, the door Varg took us through. That means we have a way out. A way that will allow us to leave without Varg being notified. I don't think he will appear unless the witch who put the webs around the house finds out I'm gone. How do we know the witch won't be alerted if we use that door? Only one way to find out. I lean against the wall of the alleyway where I had agreed to meet with Delora and catch my breath. I can't believe that worked. She had sent me out first, promising she would catch up with me once she had made sure the witch wasn't going to come to Leverton House when I left. Fritz said that he was tired from all the training he had done earlier in the day and retired to bed early. That worked in our favor and made it easier for us to leave the home. She's taking longer than I thought she would. Has she been found out? I step away from the wall when I hear footsteps. Ooh, Delora? It's not. What have I told you about wandering off? Suddenly, Varg is standing before me with a snide smile on his face. They gasp. How did he know? Dolores said he couldn't be the witch that put up the wards. Surprise, Varg. It's always a surprise, Varg. Alright, we're gonna save. Yes. I'm gonna look at this thing so I can see it. Stand our ground? I think we should stand our ground. He works for Sir Alacaster. He won't hurt me. I don't know how the witch plays into all of this and what his relationship is with them, but I have faith. Sir Alacaster doesn't want me harmed. Oh, this is a surprise. Who knew a sheltered little princess would have a backbone? But in this case, your bravado is stupidity. It's the wrong choice. Varg takes another step forward. Though we are not touching, I can feel the suffocation of his presence. I attempt to take a step back and realize that my back is already against the wall. There's nothing more I can do. You should be afraid of me. Poor little ignorant princess. If only you knew what was in store for you. Now is no time to be a coward. Why don't you tell me then? Varg throws his head back and laughs. I'm not going to do the laugh. You're always a surprise, aren't you? Well, I'll tell you if you ask. Very. Nicely. How dare he make me say please? I like that defiant look in your face, princess. Oh, I got it right. Look at me. Oh, no, he's close. Varg moves forward, so close I can nearly feel his warmth. What is he doing? He's far too close. But I think I like the look of fear even more. Come on. I'm waiting, princess. Or do I overwhelm you? You have no right to tell me what to do. Varg slams his hand against the wall, effortlessly caging me in. Oh, this whole trope. Ooh! Lay gasp. He leans down towards me, his smile predatory, but I do not flinch away. Oh, I hate how much I enjoy this. Still so brave. I'll admit it. I'm impressed. You're interesting, princess. A lot more fun than I thought you'd be. As thanks for the entertainment, I'll share a little something with you. Alacaster doesn't want you safe because he's a good man. The type of man he is doesn't have a heart. That man won't do anything that won't benefit him in the future. What do you mean? Let's just say your safety is a requirement for something he wants from someone. Who? Wait. Is that someone Sir Mithros? Varg's eerie smile stretches further across his face. Oh, so you can think for yourself. What does Sir Mithros want? A lot of things. Ask me again when you can be more specific. Now, why don't you enlighten me? What's a good girl like you doing out at this time of night? I needed some air. Is that so? Well, I'm sure you've had quite enough, so. Varg pulls away from me the moment the footsteps sound. He swivels on the spot, his body tense. I feel a hand on my shoulder and realize blatantly that it's not Varg's. I'm pulled away from his grasp. Waltz. Quickly. What? Varg is cut off as he defends himself from a sword suddenly striking in his direction. I would keep your eyes on me, scoundrel, unless you do not fear being skewered. That man, he was the one with Walt when I was being chased down the street. His features are familiar. Is that Karma? Question mark. Come on, Lucette. But we need to get you back to the March-In. You're not going anywhere, princess. Try as you might, you're not getting through me. I have to fight you, clowns. Don't make me laugh. I see Varg lift his cane, but Waltz pulls me around the corner before I can see what happens next. Oh my god, lay gasp. What just happened? Did Varg... I turn around to check, but Waltz keeps pulling me forward. I barely even stepped into the margin before Delora pulls me into a hug. Thank goodness you're safe. Delora, Karma is still... Waltz pauses in surprise as an intense light erupts in the middle of the March-In. For a few moments, I'm struck blind. As the light begins to fade away, I see Parfait. Her expression is grim as she holds on to the man who helped us earlier. Waltz, please get Rumple right away. Right away, Lady Parfait. Together we carefully set him down on the sofa. Now that I can see the injured man more closely, I come to the conclusion that I was right earlier. Karma? Yes, he's badly injured. Parfait, what are you doing using the teleportation spell? You know what it does to your body. It was his cane. It was enchanted, and I didn't think... Parfait shifts on her feet, losing her balance and stumbling backwards. Delora catches her before she can fall. I didn't have a choice. He would have killed him otherwise. I was right then. I should have gone. What's all this noise? The instant Rumple sees Karma, his puzzled expression sharpens into something more serious. Rumple strides forward with a confidence I did not expect. Look, okay, I need hot water, and the bag Anise keeps in the kitchen. We only stand Rumple when he comes in to help other people. I'll grab it for you. Who is this man, and what has he done with Rumple? Rumple recovered one of his journal entries the other day. He's remembered that he's a doctor. It doesn't really explain why his eerie demeanor has changed, but I suppose that's not important right now. Wives! I was so glad you're safe, Princess. I've never seen Parfait look this tired. Parfait, are you hurt? Don't worry about me, Princess. I'll be fine. Like any of us are going to believe that. I have so many questions for the two of them, and I have no idea where to start. My brain feels like a scrambled board full of puzzle pieces that won't fit together. Oh, don't fuss. I really am fine. What's going on? Delora, why don't you get the princess something to drink? I'll come and join you shortly. Delora sets a mug down in front of me before taking a seat beside me. Chocolate, hot and sweet. I raided the pantry for you. It smells exactly like something I'd have in this place. I'd have in the palace, excuse me. I don't know where there was chocolate here. Anise thinks she can hide it from us, but she can't. Will Karma be all right? Rumple is apparently a renowned doctor. Karma will be fine. I do not know how this happened. It was just meant to be a simple test, but now Karma and Parfait are hurt because of Varg. They shouldn't have come. They did not have to come for me. But they came because they were worried about you. Why do these people care so much about me? What do they really want? They would not have been hurt if they did not come. I went to meet you, but when I got to the plaza, you were gone. I thought there might be some magic barring me from seeing you, so I ran to the merchant and asked for everyone's help. I messed up. They were hurt because I failed. The only one to blame is Varg. Are you all right? You're limping. Oh my god. I'll be fine. I'm just tired. Ugh. Parfait takes a seat on the opposite side of the table from Delora and I. Have you told her? No, not yet. Told me what? Is it about Alacaster? No, it's about Varg. I waited a good half hour or so at that house before you left, Lucette. No one came, so I just walked out, but... Fritz wasn't there. He was in his room. He wasn't in his room or anywhere in the house. What? But where would he have gone? Princess, Fritz is cursed. You know this, yes? Of course, he remembered me. But what does his being cursed have to do with anything? Whenever you're with Fritz, Varg never stops by the house. In fact, I've never seen Varg in broad daylight, and I've definitely never seen Fritz and Varg together in the same place at once. I've been wondering why Varg is working for Alacaster. Then there's the fact that he wears a mask and conceals his identity. You're thinking Varg and Fritz together, You're linking Varg and Fritz together, that's not possible. Whatever you're thinking, it's ridiculous. So is an entire kingdom forgetting they have a crown princess. Magic works in strange and mysterious ways. They gasp. But Fritz would never. It's only a theory, but it's more than possible that Fritz and Varg are the same person. Two personalities sharing one body. A Gemini. No. Sorry. I stand and ball my hands into tight fists. You're wrong. Oh my god. Stop. Okay. The only reason I make the joke about Varg being a Gemini, Fritz and Varg being a Gemini, is because every time I am a Gemini. Every time I've seen any of those, like, this is accurate to this horoscope, Geminis are always the, like, because they're the twins, but there's, like, the two personalities in one person, the doppelganger, the shape changer, any of that stuff, and I'm just like, stop. Come on, stop. But also, Varg could totally be a Gemini, and that would make so much sense. My god, it would make so much sense. Anyway, in case you guys are wondering how the blanket is coming, we are on the next color. There isn't too much of a difference, except right, so like you got your blues and greens and everything, and then right down here we have some yellow suddenly appearing on the blanket. So that's exciting. Some surprise yellow. But anyway, so Jill, I don't remember if you made a connection to Varg and Fritz being the same person, but here you go. It was not a well-kept secret at all. Not a bit. We all saw it coming. I turned to walk away. Where are you going? Princess, we're not done talking to you. Delora, give her time. I do not go too far. I just want to give myself enough space to think. Fritz and Varg are the same? It's not possible. Why would Delora say that? Princess! Sir Mithros? Why is this bitch here? Where did he come from? And how does he know who I am? Did Alacaster tell him? And Sir Mithros believed him? Let's just say your safety is a requirement for something he wants from someone. Oh, we get that card again. Yes, love it. Could it be that Sir Mithros is the someone Varg was referring to? Thank goodness you're all right. How did he know where I was? I'm so sorry for my lack of foresight, Princess. None of this should have happened. I will serve you properly from now on, with complete honesty, unlike those within the Marchen. You shouldn't have left the Leverton home. It's too dangerous for you. Sir Mithras has not seen me since I've been cursed. So why is he talking to me as if he knows who I am? Not only that, but he knows I left the Leverton home. So you remember that I am the Crown Princess, Sir Mithras? I cannot lie to you, Princess. Yes, I do remember. How is that possible? I am a witch. Lay gasp. A witch? Father would never let a witch work in the palace. I feel the cogs in my mind slowly whirling, piecing together a puzzle I cannot see in full. The witch who set the alarm on the Leverton home, the person Sir Alacaster wants a favor from, and the person he and Varg are working for. It's him. But you must believe me when I say I mean no harm. I only want to protect you from the people in the March Inn. Protect me? Those in the March Inn have cursed you. It is unforgivable. When I heard what they did to Varg in order to abduct you. Abduct me from Varg? Who is Varg? You would not believe me if I told you the truth. I believed you when you said you were a witch. True. Forgive my assuming, Princess. I take a deep breath and I look him in the eyes. Are Varg and Fritz the same person? Yes, in that they inhabit the same body. Lay gasp. So Delora was telling the truth. But it was necessary. Fritz was not willing to follow some of my orders that ensured your safety. Varg, however, is obedient and a more capable bodyguard. Nothing can be allowed to stand in the way of your safety, least of all the knight who is meant to protect you. Are you the one who cursed him? Yes. He said that without even batting an eye. My princess, you must believe me. Those in the March Inn are only lying to you, trying to keep you away from your destiny. They are your enemies. How can you know that? I do not wish to bring up uncomfortable subjects, but you must be aware of the public's opinion of you. Yes, they hate me for some reason, and they want Evangeline to be crowned princess in my place. Sir Mithras nods, his expression solemn but flickering with sympathy. And the March Inn people have cursed you, haven't they? Such a curse keeps you from your rightful place. He is right. I believe you have been cursed because they see you as a threat to their true goal. Their true goal? Perhaps they meant to teach you a lesson, so to speak, because they irrationally despise you. Such people cannot be trusted. They only seek to use you and hurt you for their own pleasure. They will probably do anything in their power to keep you from breaking your curse. I cannot let that happen. I failed my queen in this once. I shall not fail you. Could that be true? Delora and Parfait are trying to balance the light and darkness in the kingdom, and the curse is meant to teach me? So could what Sir Mithras is saying really be true? What he says makes sense. There's so much drama and intrigue. Oh. And part of me is like, but don't trust him. But don't trust him. But don't trust him. Doubt him. But it cannot be true. Right? I don't believe you. The people at the March Inn are not. Would good people curse you, even knowing how much you would suffer as a consequence? They gasp. If they truly cared about you, would they curse you? Delora might be the one who cursed me, but everyone else in the Marchen doesn't seem to think anything of it. I do not know what to think. I know this is difficult to believe coming from me, so why not ask them, Princess? Ask the Marchen traders if they consider you a threat. Ask if they do not intend for you to suffer beneath the weight of your curse. You will learn that I have not lied. I go back to the Marchen with dark thoughts swirling in my head. There you are. We were worried about you. All I've been doing is trying to get answers from Delora. Why is it more difficult this time? Lucette, are you okay? Where is Parfait? Rumple and Waltz are singing to her. The others are all in bed. Is something wrong? What do I say? How can I possibly ask them? My throat is closing up. Did you know what would happen after you cursed me? Did you intend for me to suffer? Lucette, Did she? Could Sir Mithras have been right? Anger rises up within me. Do you know how it felt to sleep out in the cold, without shoes, without food, not knowing if I would ever have a roof over my head again? Do you know what it was like for my own father to look at me and not see me as his daughter? I advance on Delora and she shrinks back, pointedly looking away from me. You knew all of that was going to happen and still you cursed me. And you call yourself good. Princess. How could you? Lucette, I have my reasons. Very important reasons. Is it because I'm a threat to you somehow? Delora's expression shows me that she is hiding something. She has been hiding something since the beginning. I wouldn't put it that way. Did you curse me to teach me some sort of twisted lesson? I told you before, Princess, that the wicked were taught to be good through curses. Everything I've done is to help you. Delora's face is pale. I can see the anxiety in her eyes, as well as the guilt. She does not need to say anything else. Delora cursed me to hurt me. If she had wanted to break it, she would have helped me, rather than just criticize my every move. All that she has succeeded is keeping me from my birthright, and those at the Marchen all agree with that sentiment. Lucette, I'm serious. I really just want to help you. Serious? When she has done nothing to help me? The answer is obvious. Delora does not want me to succeed. They are not different. They are all the same. They are the same as everyone else. Sir Mithras was right. I cannot believe I trusted you. I thought everyone here was different. I thought you were different. But I was wrong. I turned to leave. Lucette, wait. I make my way back to where I was earlier, making sure no one has followed me. I see Sir Mithras standing firmly in place. As I draw nearer, I notice that his expression is concerned, his eyes gentle. Are you all right? I take a moment to assess my feelings. There is anger, but also resignation. Was I expecting him to be right all along? Rough night, huh? They gasp. Where did Varg come from? I'm afraid our princess has learned the true nature of her Marchen friends. I do not have to speak with everyone to know. No one in that place has any reason to help me. It's naive to think that their kindness does not come with a price. Come, let us leave this place at once. Sir Mithras holds out his hand for me, but I do not take it. I instinctively take a step back. Is something wrong? Where do you intend to take me? To your rightful place. I will take you back to the palace. How? No one there will believe you. And you knew who I was right from the beginning. Why did you not take me back to the palace earlier? I apologize for the delay, but I was making preparations for your return. Preparations? You will find out soon enough. Can I really trust Sir Mithras? No! At this point, I'm not sure whom I'm supposed to trust anymore. He's evil! I'd rather stay with Fritz. My eyes fly to Varg, but I do not sense any of Fritz's warmth in his face. His lips slowly curl into a smile when he meets my gaze. So the princess knows, huh? Where is Fritz? Sleeping. Should I wake him up for you? I'm not in the mood for jokes, Varg. I want Fritz back. You wound me, princess. You choose him over me. I can protect you better than he can. His smile becomes more malicious when he sees the irritation on my face. I'll be safer under Fritz's care. Oh, will you now? Because I'm confident you'll be safer under mine. Varg, do not be disrespectful to the princess. Varg scoffs but says nothing more when Sir Mithras turns to me. Princess, it is of utmost importance that you are kept safely away from the Marchen, and the palace is the safest place I can think of. And also, your mother requires something of you. What is he talking about? Mother is dead. Tell me what it is. I cannot talk about this here. Once you return to the palace, I will tell you all you need to know. Right now, I must return to the palace to make the final arrangements. Varg will escort you to the Levertons so that you may gather your things. What things? She doesn't have things. At dawn, come to the palace gates. I will ensure your entrance and safety from there. Until tomorrow, princess. Sir Mithras bows to me, but does not even spare Varg a glance as he walks away. I turn to look at Varg. It is still hard to believe that he and Fritz could possibly be the same person. His hair color, posture, and personality are all different from Fritz's. How could they have been the same person? Okay, night, Jill! Love you! Do I have something on my face? I close the distance between us with a single step. Watch yourself, princess. I bite. You do not. Excuse you? Varg looks slightly shocked by my straightforwardness, which is surprising in and of itself. There's no reason for me to be afraid of you. If this is Sir Mithras' doing, then he won't let Varg hurt me. Mithras has a terrible habit of running his mouth, doesn't he? I ignore the flare of awareness in the pit of my stomach as I look closely at Varg's face. They are the same height and build, but that is not so strange. I lean in closer so that I can look past the shape of his mask. His eyes are the same. They are Fritz's eyes. I can no longer deny everything that Mithras and Delora have told me. The man standing before me is both Fritz and a stranger, one of the people I thought I knew best, but now know nothing about. You are Fritz's curse, but I have not heard of a fairy tale that involves two people sharing one body. Yeah? You really should brush up on your fairy tales. Varg's voice is suddenly lower, a low growl in his throat. I feel a shiver run down my spine. Girl, same. I try to run away, only to have my attempt thwarted by Varg, who stops me by reaching out to grab my arm. You cannot hurt me even if you want to. Fritz would never. Oh, but I'm not Fritz. Your sad little puppy knight might worship the ground you walk on. He might sit and beg for even a single scrap of your attention. But guess what? I'm not your dog. He abruptly releases me and turns swiftly on his heels before walking away, footsteps smooth. For a moment I stand there, shocked. How could he insult Fritz in such a manner if they are the same person? How could a curse change Fritz into someone like Varg? Fritz is not a dog. Really? Now, how much do you know about your precious knight? I try to say something, but nothing comes out. It's true that I do not know much about him at all. You know nothing about him, so stop pretending you do. Varg continues to walk forward ever so slowly, but I remain rooted in my place. Eventually he whirls around and looks at me. Any day now, princess. I study his expression and body language. While his glaring might have made me nervous earlier, it does not faze me now. All this time I've been uneasy about you, even though it's your mission to keep me safe. But if that's the case, why do you seek to frighten and overpower me at every turn? I raise an eyebrow at him, then take a confident step forward. This time it's Varg that shirks away from me. Does having to answer to Sir Mithras and Sir Alacaster chafe at you, Varg? If it does, perhaps you are more similar to Fritz than you think. Varg's hand clenches over his cane as he glowers at me. You always talk about that idiot. Do you know how sick I am of hearing about him? You want to know the truth, Lucette? You're wondering how two personalities can share the same body? Well, sure, magic has the catalyst, but the other part of the magic... Well, that was all Fritz. What? You think Fritz is some great honorable knight? Well, if that was true, his intentions would need to be good to the core. And then you know what? I wouldn't exist. Hold on, because I think I did the wrong one. Maybe. Say nothing. Why does he have that opinion of Fritz? If anything, Varg is the animal. Fritz is twice the man he is. Varg continues to walk forward ever so slowly, but I remain rooted in place. Eventually he rolls around and looks at me. Any day now, princess. I study his expression and body language. While he glared might have made me nervous earlier, it does not faze me now. All this time I've been uneasy about you, even though it is your mission to keep me safe. But if that's the case, why do you seek to frighten and overpower me at every turn? I raise an eyebrow at him, and then take a confident step forward. This time it's Varg that shirks away from me. Does having to answer to Sir Mithras and Sir Alacaster chafe at you, Varg? I suspect it does. I know that Fritz sometimes struggles with their commands as well. Unlike you, however, Fritz does not take his frustration out on other people. He does not lash out at others by scaring them. And he certainly does not protect people by stalking them from the shadows. Varg's hand clenches over his cane as he glowers at me. You always talk about that idiot. Do you know how sick I am of hearing about him? You want to know the truth, Lucette? You're wondering how two personalities can share the same body. Well, sure, the magic was the catalyst, but the other part of the magic... Well, that was all Fritz. What? You think Fritz is some great honorable knight? Well, if that was true, his intentions would need to be good to the core. And then you know what? I wouldn't exist. What is he suggesting? Can't make something from nothing. Some part of your precious Fritz became me, princess. There was already something dark and twisted in his soul. The curse just brought it to life, and now here I am. No, you're wrong. Fritz, twisted and dark? I do not believe it. I think I know Fitzgerald a lot better than you do, Lucette. Don't think I act this way of my free will, at least, not completely. I have these compulsions. The spark in Varg's eyes is dangerous. His eyes suddenly seem out of focus as he stares at me, his gaze glassy. They gasp. His expression suddenly twists, becoming something dark and anguished. He doubles over to the ground with a pained gasp. You're meant to be asleep. Whom is he talking to? I watch in horror as Varg's body is eclipsed by a slow-moving shadow. The darkness envelops his body, and all I can do is stare in shock as his figure fades into a black silhouette. Before I can decide whether to go to his side or not, the shadow tumbles like a fallen cloak. I immediately recognize the man standing before me. Fritz! Princess, what are we doing here? You don't remember? Fritz places a hand on his head and cringes. I see him stumble slightly as he slowly rises. I'm not sure. I remember falling asleep. Then there was this distant pain that woke me up. And now I'm suddenly here? With you? Did Varg somehow trigger Fritz into waking? I'm sorry, Princess. My mind's a little foggy. I don't remember what's going on right now. Fritz shakes his head before turning to look at me with a tired, faint smile. Perhaps I'll feel better once I get some rest. You're right. Let's go back. I feel the tension come back into my body as I remember all of the things that transpired at the march-in. The building is dim at night. It looks more like a place of shadows than anything else. I clench my hands into fists and try not to shake. They intended to hurt me. They wanted me to suffer. My heart hardens into something cold and sharp as ice. Their kindness was a lie. Mother taught me people were like this. I should have listened to her. I finally turn away from the march-in with conviction. I'm not meant to stay there. I must go back to where I belong. Lucette, are you all right? Why wouldn't I be? Your personal maid left last night. Yes. Is it true that you caught her trying to steal one of your dolls? Why would I lie about that? I'm sorry. Why? Because she betrayed your trust. Impossible. I did not trust her in the first place. But wasn't she with you for years? Yes. And you're not at all saddened by her change of heart. She saw the opening to take something from me and took it. I'm not surprised nor sad. It was to be expected. All people use others to take things that they want. Princess, why are we here? He really doesn't remember anything about last night. I guess his memories must truly be separate from Varg's. I've been trying to remember, but my memories feel like they're slipping through my fingers. Why won't you talk to me, Princess? If I said or did something wrong yesterday, I'm sorry. You did not do anything wrong, Fritz. He was the one at fault, not you. He? When I open my mouth to tell him about Varg, I find that the words are stuck in my throat. I turn away after a few moments, the gloom settling back into my shoulders. But after hearing what Varg said, I don't have the courage to tell him. Not yet. You think Fritz is some kind of honorable knight. Well, if that was true, his intentions would be good to the core. And then you know what? I wouldn't exist. I love Varg. I love Varg and Fritz so much. Can't make something from nothing. Some part of your precious Fritz became me, Princess. There's already something dark and twisted in his soul. The curse just brought it to life, and now here I am. Oh God. Why won't you look at me? Have I been a fool to so blindly trust Fritz all this time, too? Princess. Princess, you are here. They gasp. Sir Mithros. The preparations are complete. You are now free to enter your old home. Sir Mithros pushes the gate and walks through. I take a deep breath and then follow after him. I have so many emotions inside of me right now that I can't even begin to parse through them. Before I make it more than a few steps forward, Fritz's fingers curl around my wrist. Princess, what is happening? The look in his eyes is familiar. He wears the same concern and worry for me that he always does. He seems every bit himself, but he is no longer the same person to me. I'm going home, Fritz. I pull my arm away from his grasp and follow Sir Mithros into the palace without looking back. Chapter 6. Resurrection. Ah! Oh, nope. We're going to pause because this is where we are going to save for tonight because, oh my god, stuff is about to hit the fan in the most literal sense of the word, and it's going to be great. And it's also like 11:20 and I'm tired and I need to go lay down because my body is making a person and so things hurt. But that is where we are going to pause for the night. We're going to save and we are going to pick this back up next Monday. So that'll be really exciting. So yeah, where the original part of this blanket had, you know, kind of been a more like blue and green color, this like pretty peacock color, because of this new yarn that I'm using that's from a different skein, still the same like type of yarn, still the same width and density and all that stuff, just a different color. It's now turning into this rainbow effect that we've got going on here, especially down here at the end. So that's exciting, and I think Oliver will really like it. He likes his colors right now, so yeah. So beautiful, colorful rainbow blanket for my sweet baby, my sweet child, my sweet son. And with that, we are going to pause for tonight. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me and for playing along during Fritz's route. It's really exciting, and oh my god, there's so much going on here. Remember, you can get this game, Cinderella Phenomenon, on Steam for free. This is the first one. They do have a sequel that came out either 2019 or 2020, I can't remember. That is $10, which we will be playing on here as well once we're all done with all of the routes. Hopefully I can get all the routes done before I go on my maternity leave, which starts in June, which we will have other things to fill in for me being out, like wonderful one-shots and mini campaigns that'll be starting up in the summertime, so check that out. Also, if you haven't joined our Discord, please join our Discord. You can find all the information about anything that's going on, and also keep up to date with the people in the community there. Also, if you haven't already heard, we have a Patreon where you can subscribe monthly for $1, $5, or $10 for some cool behind-the-scenes content, other things that we will be coming up with as well, and it helps support the channel, which we really appreciate. So yeah, and with that, the next time you'll see me is on Friday with more Hunt for the Heart Shards, as there's some tension because the party is split in more ways than one. So have a lovely evening. Remember, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, stop Asian hate. If you are a Nazi, a white supremacist, a bigot, a TERF, just somebody that looks at another person for what they are and just feels hate in your heart, please unsubscribe to this channel. I don't want your money. I don't want your views. Get the hell off our channel. But for the rest of you, we love you. We care about you. Take care of yourself. Get your vaccines if you haven't already. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. And we will see you guys very, very soon. You have a wonderful night.